You're doing the right thing, Isaac.
What's up, boys and girls? This is Lance Hoyt, and you are watching WGS-TV.
Hello everyone, welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer and ZFX-TV. I'm the WrestleGamer. Double B Billy Boudreaux. Got a couple of guys to introduce you to. First off, he is the host of Hardcore Wrestling Radio, which can be heard exclusively on Spreaker.com/HWR Media and YouTube.com/HWR Show. He is the luminous one, the shining star, Rick Starr. Rick, how you shining?
I'm doing all right, Billy. Thanks for having me.
From YouTube.com/Lance Moss TV, he is the incomparable Lance Moss. Lance, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Thanks for having me.
Now, guys and gals, I do apologize for omitting a Week 2 review of traditional championship wrestling. Yours truly was, last week was a bit under the weather. So it was kind of hard for me. I don't know if you guys want to hear me on commentary doing all kinds of sniffles and coughing and such. So I do apologize to that. For those of you who are looking forward to a Week 2 review. Well, before we do the Week 3 review, I'll just give you a quick summary of Week 2. Transitioning from Week 1, which was, in a word, horrible, you know, with the only good match saving the show was Lance Hoyt and Chris Adonis. We transitioned over to Week 2. Week 2, to me, was a much more consistent show. The promos were better, and the wrestling action was indeed quite better than Week 1 on traditional championship wrestling. But now we're on Week 3 of traditional championship wrestling. On last week's episode, we saw that Mr. Saturday Night Michael Berry lose the International Heavyweight Championship to the 7'2", 400-pound monster by the name of Titan. And he was backstage cutting a promo, and apparently a guy by the name of Bu Ku Dao, who was apparently friends with Michael Berry, was trying to cheer him up in a sense, and Mr. Saturday Night didn't take it too kindly and said that, you know what, I just lost my title. This is business. I want to be serious. And Bu Ku Dao said, fine, you want me to be serious? I'm going to be serious. And he goes out to the ring and calls out Lance Hoyt. Now, Bu Ku Dao is like a Japanese Rey Mysterio whose English is no better than Funaki's.
None of us can.
I mean, but by the way, I didn't hear what it translates to, and I'll tell you what, it's an expletive. That's all I'm gonna tell you. But this is just basically a smash match for Lance Hoyt. He just went ahead and just completely annihilated Bu Ku Dao and got the victory. You know, this is basically just, you know, making Lance Hoyt look good, which I'm pretty sure Ashton Spears is scared to death about. But
It looked like when a little kid tries to play fight their dad or something.
yeah, Rick, would you agree about that?
Well, if you're referring to them as the first match, I hate to say, but Bu Ku Dao in this first match was terrible. I mean, no disrespect to either one of these guys, but it was a really uneven match, if you ask me.
That's why I called it a smash match, you know, because it was basically Bu Ku Dao getting smashed, and that's why it's only getting a 3.5 out of 5 from me.
I hate to say it, but I can't even give it that because no disrespect, but again, Lance Hoyt is a phenomenal wrestler, and I haven't really. It didn't really give any. It paid no. You know, didn't Bu Ku Dao no favors because it didn't really show him anything what he could do in the ring. All I saw him was get pretty much his ass kicked. So I couldn't even give it that. I'm sorry.
Well, Lance, let's look at the next match. Making his debut on TCW this week, Vordell Walker from Showtime All-Star Wrestling over in Tennessee. It used to air here in Louisiana for months. It was a good promotion. I've seen Raven, I've seen Steiner in there, I've seen Buff Bagwell with SAW, but they stopped airing it. And now Vordell Walker makes his appearance with traditional championship wrestling. What was your first reactions? What was some of your initial thoughts and reactions to seeing Vordell Walker taking on Sigmon?
Well, granted, I'm just now starting to get back into it, and some of these names I've known and some I don't. Vordell's one of them I had never heard of, until besides you asking everybody in the room if they knew who he was. But
Because it was an extremely familiar name to me until I found out that he was from SAW over there in Tennessee.
yeah,
You're doing the right
which
thing,
I kind of
Isaac.
judging by how you're talking about, I wish it would air
As it
here.
should have been. I knew you'd come back.
Anyway, but for the match,
Stop us.
it was good, but there were some spot. There was like a fun. I kind of was out. One spot I wasn't sure if it was a botch or not. When he actually when Sigmund tried to take his ankles out of Walker,
Mm-hmm.
and he was on the apron and just went face first.
Yeah, I think I
That
know.
and I kind of saw us. Was that like a botched dragon screw leg whip?
I think it was just an ugly attempt at it.
That and well, with a new guy when you're trying to uh how do I put this here? Instead get make your mark in a company.
Yes,
The
that's a
submission hold that you're trying to basically be one of the main threats for you shouldn't take 3 attempts to get the win. When you're in your debut match, it should be like you lock it in and that should be it.
hmm.
With the stretch muffler, I think it's
Oh
called.
yeah. He did that. So many different times. I think the only other person I've seen ever use that was Brock Lesnar, and he called it the Brock Lock.
Yeah. But all in all, I gotta give it a 3 out of 5.
Michael Tarver from NXT has made his debut on TCW, claiming to have one of the fastest knockout punches ever, 1.9 seconds, if I do recall. And then he starts going on a rant about how he can knock out anybody, and he's ready for a championship. And lo and behold, the guy who responds to his little open challenge in the promo. Hold on. I do apologize. Let's go back up to Rick Starr. Rick, now, we do have, like I said, you heard me talking about this guy, Vordell Walker. You've heard
Yeah.
me, continuously asking, if that name was familiar to you, and then what were your reactions to when you saw him?
Well, I'll be honest with you. This second match was night and day between the first match. I thought I've never heard of Vordell Walker. I've never heard of either one of the guys, but I have to say they put on one hell of a show. If you ask me, I was really impressed with this match. Vordell Walker, and he put on that move again. I don't remember the leg lock that he put on, but it
Stretch,
was
the stretch muffler.
stretch muffler. Thank you. But I thought they did a great move. Yeah, he did that one a little. It looked like he had botched when he fell out of the ring, but other than that, there was a lot of great moves in there. Overall, I have to give it a 4 out of 5. I thought it was a really great match. So.
You expect good things out of Vordell Walker from what you see?
Absolutely. I think he, could definitely, if he continues that, I wouldn't be surprised if WWE, even TNA, scoops him up somewhere down the line.
Now, back to Michael Tarver, the guy who responds to his little promo about how he can knock out anybody and he's ready for a championship, was the new International World Heavyweight Champion, in the form of Titan, being accompanied by his girlfriend, I think, Lily. Now, let me say this about Lily before I get you guys' thoughts on the promo. To me, Lily falls into the Oksana category. She may
But
have,
better looking.
better looking, but when I heard her try to cut that promo at the end of week 2 in the triple threat match with Greg Anthony, Michael Berry, and Titan for the International Heavyweight Championship, that promo was just terrible. I'm sorry, if anybody from TCW is listening to this, I'm sorry, but I gotta be brutally honest. Lily cut a terrible promo in the ring. She had no emotion in the promo. It's like she was just, there to read a script, and that was it. It's like she was reading from a piece of paper. That's what it felt like to me. It's like she really didn't have her heart into it. Like, you either gonna put Titan in this match, or I'm gonna reveal your secret. There's no Roman Reigns cuts a better promo than that. Yeah, that's how bad it was. But well, on to Michael Tarver. Rick, what were your thoughts about the appearance of Michael Tarver?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I wasn't really impressed with him in WWE. He cut a pretty decent promo. So maybe he could do some good things in TCW. So we'll soon see.
Lance, what are your thoughts?
Well, when he was introduced as the international superstar, I was like, huh?
World renowned as well.
Yeah, I was like, he was on NXT. How's he world renowned? Maybe he went to Puerto Rico or something, which, as far as I know, that's still a U.S. territory.
Possibly.
So I'm like, yeah. Good promo, though.
Yep. Well, anyway, let's get to the main event of traditional championship wrestling this week, which saw the junior heavyweight champion Kincaid, who was without his manager. I'm sorry, I forget his name, but again, I'm just fairly new to the product, so please bear with
Hang
me.
on, hang on. It's the
I think it's like the Bradford family.
Bradford family, yeah. Because
Yep.
I actually like the Bradford family. I just wish I get to see him more.
Yeah, but the main guy in the Bradford family, I don't know, looks like a mutant offspring of Jim Cornette and Paul Heyman. I don't know why, but
Mutant midget version of him.
yeah. But anyway, he was without his manager, taking on John Saxon. Now, on the week one review, we heard Ashton Spears talking a lot about the in-ring work of John Saxon. That he was actually a very good worker, as well as Steve Anthony. And I never had the opportunity to see John Saxon work until this show. And Rick, I gotta say, I was very impressed with both John Saxon and Kincaid in this match.
Yes, this was another great match. Both guys definitely can, work the ring. Great ring skills. I didn't hear them do the promos, but absolutely, great match. So.
Yep, John Saxon gets the win, and this is a best of 7 series, and this is match 2, I believe. And John Saxon gets the win, so now he is the new junior heavyweight champion in TCW. And I think next week we'll have match 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Now
So
hold on, you kind of lost me there. It's a best of 7 series, so no, are they switching the title for every time they wins, or is that how it was working?
from
Probably.
what I gather, yeah, from what I gather, that's the way they're doing it.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm very new to the product. Like I said, this is only like my 3rd week of seeing it. I wasn't impressed with week 2. Well, I'm sorry, week 1. Week 2 was a lot better. Week 3 was it's getting there. They're starting to establish themselves. In my mind, they're starting to really establish their product, but they still got a long ways to go if they really want to make it on TV, as far as I'm concerned. But overall score on traditional championship wrestling this week, I'm going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. The Bu Ku Dao Lance Hoyt match, again, not impressed too much with it. Vordell, Walker, and Sigmon, that was a damn good thing right there. It was interesting to see Michael Tarver. He cut a really good promo. I never really got to hear too much of Michael Tarver's mic work in NXT, but then again, I really didn't watch too much of NXT, the first version of NXT, or the second one, or whatever, which one Tarver was on. And then the junior heavyweight championship match with John Saxon becoming the new junior heavyweight champion over Kincaid. I thought it was a darn good match. A darn good match. And like I said, they're really starting to get more consistent shows. And, if they keep up this pace, they could really go far on TV, if not go nationwide with their product and maybe become the new ECW in Wrestling Wars. You know, have a WWE, a TNA, and now a third company, TCW. It's possible. It's possible, but they really need to work on getting more consistent shows because they cannot have a show like they did on week 1. Week 2 was a lot better. Week 3 was, to me, in my mind, consistent. You know, that's the key thing. When you have that consistency in your wrestling shows, that's when you have longevity, in my opinion. But if your lineups are garbage, dull, and boring, then why would I watch your product? That's all I got to say about that. So that's why my overall score this week is a 3.5 out of 5. What about you, Rick? What's your overall score and thoughts?
Well, for an independent cigar, I definitely have to give it a 3 out of 5 with you, Billy. They definitely have a long way to go, but I think for a start, they're definitely on the right pace. But like you said, the first match, and it's really, I don't blame either one of the guys. I think it was just the fact that they were just unevenly matched. Lance Hoyt, I was a big fan of him over in WWE. I think they really made a mistake by letting him go. They dropped the ball there. That's just my thoughts. You know, the second match definitely was a true shiner for me. I thought that was the best match of the night. The main event match, the best of the series. I really didn't see the other series, so I don't know how this series is going. Great match too. So as far as Tarver, I hate to say it, but he never really impressed me over in the WWE. He didn't really impress me tonight. No,
It would take a lot for him to impress you in TCW, would it not?
Unfortunately, yeah, he's got to do something. He's really gonna have to shine. So.
All right, let's go over to Lance Moss. Lance, your overall score and thoughts on TCW this week?
Score 3 out of 5. Like y'all were saying, the Lance Hoyt and Bu Ku Dao match. Honestly, I think it's just hard to do a match when the size differential is that great. That just hurt the match. And the other 2 matches, pretty good, but one thing I noticed, like the between match video segment pieces they had in there, it kind of made the show look a little choppy to me. If they could find a way to like make it flow a little bit between there, they could improve the product greatly. But yeah, 3 out of 5.
So what we want to know now from you guys out there, the viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on TCW this week. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and favorite this video. And the Shining Star, Rick Starr, has a very special guest coming up on HWR this week, guys.
That's right. Tomorrow night we are going to be have a special guest. Axel Rotten will be on Hardcore Wrestling Radio, and we will be tomorrow night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time. Normally we don't have live shows, but if you want to hang out with the Hardcore Legend, you can join us via Skype. And that's Hardcore Crew 1. That's hardcore.crew number 1, all lowercase. So if you want to come on over and join us, or if you want to ask the Hardcore Legend some questions, come on over to our Facebook page at facebook.com/hardcore wrestling radio. Oh, I can't get the tongue out of my mouth.
Lance, what can fans expect to see when they go visit your channel over on youtube.com/LanceMossTV?
Wrestling reviews, album reviews, which I am currently in the smack dab in the middle of a 16 video in 15 days. And I also do NASCAR reviews and whatever else pops into my head.
And also don't forget, fans, to please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer and youtube.com/ZFXTV Network. So for the luminous one, the shining star, Rick Starr, and the incomparable Lance Moss from Lance Moss TV, I'm the WrestleGamer, Double B Billy Boudreaux, saying thank you very much for watching. We'd also like to remind everyone that Gulf Coast Wrestling presents the Rock in the House weekend with our very special guests Ricky Morton and Robert Gibson of the Rock and Roll Express. Friday, June 28th at the Station Bar and Grill in Broussard, Louisiana. Saturday, June 29th at the Casey Hall in Plaquemine, Louisiana. And Sunday, June 30th at the American Legion Hall in Abbeville, Louisiana. For more information, please call 337-251-0546 or visit gcw-gulfcoastwrestling.com. Also like to remind everyone, if you have any problems with what we have to say in our reviews, well, basically, you can Bu Ku Dao.
This show is also sponsored by Lance Tarver's career, which ended in 1.9 seconds.
Stoke Volters. Stoke Volters. Stoke Volters. Spiritual medium. Stoke Volters. Stoke Volters. I'm Haley, Ring Rose, Ring Rose, Ring Rose, Ring Rose, Ring Rose, Ring Rose. Stoke Volters.
My name's Andrew Weatherall.
Spiritual medium. Stoke Volters.